Hey folks, welcome back. In this session, we'll clearly understand what exactly is T flip-flop and how do we implement it and test it with Verilog. Just like what we have learned with the D flip-flop, this is also very simple and I'm going to explain you that in a very simple yet easy to understand manner. So I hope you will understand that clearly and I wish you try it out with Verilog also at the end of the session. What is T flip-flop? As the name says it, T is nothing but toggle flip-flop. Toggle means 0 will be converted to 1, 1 will be converted to 0. Now, what is toggling is the most important content that you need to understand. Toggle will invert. It is going to change. Right. What are all the inputs here? What are all the outputs here? We have got two inputs and two outputs as I have shown you in the diagram in front of you. The inputs are T bit and clock. T is toggle bit. Clock, as you know what is it? Clock is the major component. Remember, this is the most fundamental learning in any flip-flop. If clock is not set, if clock is 0, the flip-flop doesn't do anything great. It actually stays calm. Remember it, clock has to be 1 for you to get anything meaningful in flip-flop. That's the most important fundamental that you need to remember. Let's go ahead with the truth table and let's understand how exactly T flip-flop works. Right. I am assuming the initial state as 1. Q equal to 1 is the initial state that I have assumed and that will help me in the further process throughout the session. So remember it. Right. When T bit is set to 0, remember when T bit is set to 0, there will not be any toggling. When T is set to 1, toggle happens. When T is 0, no toggle. When T is set to 1, toggling happens. When clock is 0, remember it, nothing happens and it retains the previous state. Irrespective of the state of T, if the clock is 0, nothing happens and it retains the previous state. Can we go ahead with this understanding towards drafting the truth table? Yes, we have to do that right now. Clock is 0 and T is 0. I told you whenever clock is 0, I don't have to bother about anything. It will retain the previous state. What is the initial state assumed? I have assumed it as 1. So the state would be 1 here. Q is 1 here and Q bar is 0. Right. The next condition. The clock is 1 and toggle is 1. When the clock is 1 and toggle is set, it will toggle the previous state. The previous state is 1 here. So 1 becomes 0 and Q bar becomes 1. Now the next case. I make the clock 0 but toggle is enabled. When clock is 0, what I told you, nothing happens. Nothing can move. The flip-flop is almost calm and it can't do nothing that time. So it is 0 and toggle is 1. So it will retain the previous state. The previous state is 0, so it is retained. And 0 bar is 1. Now the clock is 1 again and T bit is 1 again. So what will happen? It will have to toggle the previous state. The 0 becomes 1 and Q bar becomes 0. Now the final combo is the clock is 1 but the toggle bit is 0. Clock is 1 but toggling is not required. So what will happen? It will have to retain the previous state. It is retaining 1 here and Q bar is 0. Now remember this point. When T is 0, no toggle. When T is 1, toggle happens. This will be effective only when the clock is up and running. If I have to toggle, even if T is 1, the clock has to be 1. That's the most important point you got to remember. I hope I made it very clear. If you cannot understand, listen to this once more, you will be able to understand. Can we now implement the same in Verilog? It's very simple and I have written a very simple piece of code for you to understand this. Now, we need two files for it. One file is going to implement this and second file is going to test this. As usual, we have written a test bench and we have written a file where we have built the T flip-flop literally using the Verilog. Let's go ahead and let me explain you this very clearly. Module name is T flip-flop and I have got T, clock, Q and Q bar. Out of this, the output is going to be QB and Q. The input is going to be T and clock. And as I need to store the output, I need to make it a register and I go with the initial block where I set the initial values. Q is initially set as 1. This is what I told you here. I am assuming the initial state Q as 1. So it is assumed here and Q bar will obviously become 0. And remember, whenever the clock goes to positive edge, which means whenever the clock gets transitioned from 0 to 1, I need to bother. That's the only scenario that I'm going to look into, and always at the positive edge of the clock. If the clock, which means it is true, I will begin the process, and what will happen? If t is 0, q has to retain the previous state. You can see that here, if t is 0, q has to retain the previous state, else it has to toggle it. That's all. The code is very simple, and I have appropriately closed all the begin with end. And most important point to remember here is I have closed all the ends here properly. You can see that here. You can see that this begin is closed with this end, this begin is closed with this end. Without that, the code won't work. Now what is it? If t is 0, q will be retaining the previous state, no toggling. If t is 1, there will be toggle, provided clock is all set from 0 to 1. Only when the clock is at positive edge, all these things will happen. Can we go to the test bench? The test bench is also equally important and very simple to understand. As usual, I created a module and I have wired and I have used register appropriately for the input and output. And I have created an instance. I have instantiated from the previous file, and now I begin it. I have got a display. This is to get the output in a neat format, and I have used monitor. Whenever there is a change, we will get it updated. Now can we go into the system where we can give the inputs and test? What is the first case here? You can see that here I have shown you the first case as 0 0, clock is 0, t is 0, clock 1 t1, clock 0 t1, clock 1 t1, clock 1 t0. I am going to use the same thing here, and you can see that here clock is 0, t is 0, clock is 1, t is 1, clock is 0, t is 1, clock 1, t1, clock 1, t0. That's all. I am passing all these, and I am giving some delay in between to make it meaningful and to get the display very neatly done. When I run it, I get this output. That's it. So this output should be similar to what we have gotten in the previous state. Now we will understand if it is working fine. T is 0, clock is 0. When clock is 0, what will happen? It will retain the previous state. As per our code, the previous state is 1 and it is retained. 1 bar is 0. Now t is 1, clock is 1. Both are set. Clock is 1. That means it is going to function. T is 1. So it has to be toggled. It got toggled right here, and you can see that q bar has become 1. Now the next is t is 1 but clock is 0. No use. So no transition, nothing happens. So the previous state will be retained. 0 is retained and it has got the output q bar as 1. Now both are 1 again. This is just to show you that it is going to work fine. Now finally, I'm going to test it with t as 0 and clock as 1. When clock is 1, I will have to think about it. The system will work. But I don't request any toggling here because t is set to 0. So what will happen? It is still retaining the previous state. When you toggle it, it becomes 0. That's all. Can we see the demo of how exactly it works? Yes, I'm going to do that right now, and we will see how the demo works right now. So it's all very easy. I hope you understood it and I made it very clean, I believe. Can we go ahead and test it? Yes. Let me compile it. I'm going to compile it right one. Yes, I have compiled it. VVP test 1. I got the output. When t is 0, clock is 0, previous state is retained. When t is 1, clock is 1, it is toggling. That's it. I have explained you everything and I hope you understood it. If you have any queries in this, please type it in the comment section. I'll be able to clarify it. If you like the channel and the content, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you. See you again.